So what do you think about Ilfracombe High Street?
Well, I think it has its good points and its bad points. There's lots of gorgeous little independent shops, and you know, people are making a real effort to sell their own wares. But obviously there are some areas which need a bit of work. Some of the shops are looking a little bit run down and tatty, and there are a few empty ones which obviously could do with some new businesses in. But on the whole, you know, it's a beautiful little town, but with a bit of effort, yeah, hopefully we can make it a bit more exciting in the High Street.
I absolutely love Ilfracombe, and the High Street is fantastic because the shops are so unique and there are very few chain stores in the High Street, so the independent traders are lovely, and you cannot walk down the street without somebody saying hello or having a chat. It's really, really friendly town. The one thing that we need to do is to bring it together more with the seafront and the harbour, because they do tend to be separate entities slightly, and they need to be working together a bit more.
Hi, I'm Dave Williams, Chairman of Ilfracombe High Street Traders. Ilfracombe suffers from an image which to us is 20 years out of date. Ilfracombe is up and coming, the High Street especially, which is full of independent shops. But people aren't scared to open businesses in Ilfracombe High Street.
So can I ask you, what do you think of Ilfracombe High Street?
I just think it's underused by the general public.
Why do you think that is?
I think there's probably a bit of a stigma attached to the town, and people don't necessarily think of it as a place to come shopping. People live not within the town, and they see it more as a seaside resort, a place you can go and buy ice cream and things like that. I think if the businesses themselves were to try and publicise what they do a bit better, they might well get more people coming to see what it is they do.
Do you think people know about some of the unique shops we've got?
I don't think it's well advertised at all.
I'm a local retail butcher. I have been for 42 years, and this shop has been here since 1855. We know most of our customers by name. We give a very friendly service, and we like to keep our shop up to date. We're just about to revamp the shop. We're going to have new graphics put on the shop windows and have the shop repainted. Ilfracombe High Street is a very narrow high street. It would be very nice if we had a one-way system in the town.
Positives of the High Street, friendliness of the shopkeepers and the people in it, the people that use the shops. Everybody's happy to help each other. If I don't sell something, I'll recommend somebody else, as other shops do.
Well, we know from visitor research that Ilfracombe High Street is shown as probably one of our weaker areas as opposed to the seafront and the harbour. But in actual fact, it's one of the areas with the most room for improvement and potential. We've got some absolutely beautiful architecture. Because obviously it's quite expensive to maintain some of this architecture. So the Town Council, along with our partners, are hoping to support our retailers. We're offering free paint, and we're also looking to see what we can do to help improve the fronts of the buildings. It'll help us with what we're trying to achieve for the High Street, which is that we want it to be a destination that people will enjoy visiting, not just retailers, but we've got lovely choices of cafes and pubs, we've got a cinema, a gym. With help and the town team, we could definitely make it a place that people will really want to visit.
The only problem I find with Ilfracombe is that we haven't any level parking on the high street itself, but that causes traffic problems, queuing up. So what we need is a level car park.
Looking at the traffic in the high street, that could be a real problem. The half-hour parking has worked extremely well for us, and I'm delighted with that.
Number one problem is the parking. If we could have parking just behind the High Street, perhaps the Ebony House site, people can walk up Market Street, pretty central to everything then. That would go a long way to helping bring people back into the High Street to spending their money.
The pavements are quite narrow. Often there's big delivery lorries that park either side of the road, and it can be cluttered, and often pedestrians have to step out in the road to get past. And we've looked at ways of perhaps making this a one-way street, or potentially pedestrianising it, just to make the shoppers and the pedestrian environment much better.
The High Street Traders in Ilfracombe, we've been going for about 16, 17 years. I hope people think we're forward thinking, and what we hope to do is enhance our High Street, make it better for not only Ilfracombe people but visitors alike.
Hello, I'm Tom Aiden from Not a Greedy Man Tools. I'm looking to have an apprentice through Petrop, the local college, and this then should help me and also the apprentice learn skills. The mini scheme in that they're running should help develop me and the town and should benefit everybody, and then the apprentice then also has skills hopefully to develop them for a life career.
Opened a new business in Ilfracombe High Street 4 weeks ago, an upmarket London style delicatessen. Didn't know whether it would work and whether Ilfracombe was ready for one, and I was proven wrong because it's been really popular, and it just shows that the more upmarket shops can come to Ilfracombe, because how many pound shops do we really need, and how many of the same type of shops do we need? People need to be encouraged to visit Ilfracombe to do their shopping and not going to Barnstaple all the time.
We're standing in a section of the High Street that is quite wide really, and it's an opportunity, I think, to run a market here. For years and years we have had a market, but because of traffic congestion it moved out of town, and we're now anxious to bring it back in. If we could do that, there is a real chance that perhaps at least 2 days a week, if we could pedestrianise or semi-pedestrianise this area anyway, a market would improve the footfall, and all of the businesses in the High Street could get a benefit from that spin-off.
I think that Ilfracombe can offer more than just a retail experience. For example, as well as selling my own work that I produce here in the studio, I offer classes to local people and visitors alike, where they can come in and learn stained glass themselves.
I actually feel that Ilfracombe's got a lot of potential. I moved down here about 2 years ago, and I actually feel that the High Street feels more optimistic now. There seems to be a more upbeat feel. It's a shame that businesses do start and don't seem to last very long, but whether that's because they're the right business in the wrong place, or maybe we just need more of them to make it High Street worth visiting.
Hello, I'm Robert Zarevach, Chairman of Coombe Business, which represents the whole business community in the area. I'm in Ilfracombe High Street at the moment, and the retail sector here is probably one of North Devon's best kept secrets. We have a range of independent traders which a lot of people love coming to, but because it's still a secret, not enough people are coming here. There are also quite a lot of issues, as you've probably heard already: parking, pedestrianisation, the condition of the buildings. Now, a lot of people, the town council, the high street traders, individual businesses are doing a lot already, but there's a limit to what we can do individually. Another thing we're trying to do is provide training and development for businesses so that they can improve what they do and attract more people in. And we're also trying to focus on youth employment and get young people more involved in running businesses. So there's a lot we're doing already, but we need more support, and by being a Mary Portas pilot town, we hope that will support us to actually put all our aims into practice and make Ilfracombe a really thriving town that all the residents and visitors can enjoy coming to.